left off before. If you weren't here earlier, basically, I messed up yesterday when I was doing day 10. I thought it was overgrown because I thought, basically, Inktober, I thought it was the prompt was overgrown because I see it on socials. Turns out it was someone's personal one they were doing, not the official prompts, which I just immediately thought it was the official one, but it wasn't. So we're doing the 10, 11 today. We did the 11 earlier because it is the 11th technically today, and we're going to redo the 10th, but in the same sort of style and theme, because it's actually a merger. Now, the prompts are Sweep and Sting, which immediately to me clicked as sort of character or monster names, possibly twins in a certain aspect. And the random challenge that I've applied here is sort of redrawing old drawings or art from multiple different sketchbooks, and basically combining them into one creature with slight horror and cute aspects applied. So Sting is obviously very spiky, actually got a stinger on the end, and they're a sort of combiner of, or a hybrid of, a cactus giraffe, a robot skeleton, a fly bear hybrid, a shadow person with rainbow eyes, which is why you've got a tiny bit of colour up here and the rest is black and white. And I really like how that's been done, actually, like minimal colour on a very largely black and white piece. I think really works quite well, especially if it's right one focal point. And then like a weird dice thing, which was essentially a creature I made with dice rolls, like depending on like colour and skin and like how many eyes it had, how many limbs it had, all of that. Like, remember when those used to be a thing? You'd also get like the pause challenges, you'd have to draw that certain thing. This is the dice roll creature that I made a while ago, back when I hadn't really figured out my style. Or how to make posture less stiff, apparently. But you can see how elements of that have been transformed into this. And yeah, so we're just going to get on with number 10. And if you've got any questions or any theories or stuff like that, or just stuff you want to share, then yeah, feel free. So, I'm going to start off with the actual form of this thing, which is going to be these little cartoons I did a while ago. And the way that you draw these things is quite fun. Frog holding a fishbowl, celestial being, broom monster. And then sweep. Now, how are we going to do this? So it could be physically sweeping using a broom. Maybe a broom is their like tool or weapon that they use, like a 1800s broomstick. So yeah, we'll start with the form and just basically get into it and see where our brain goes. So what I kind of go for is maybe making a monster out of a broom that our sort of character is riding, or like is friends with in a way. almost like a kraken but made out of a brush, and all the separate sort of hairs are going to be, or a broom, I guess. All the separate hairs are going to be like different legs. Got one central eye here as well. So there's the sort of broom monster, right? And then we've got little cartoons, frog holding a fishbowl and a celestial being. So in the shape of a little cartoon. Or maybe this is like a different form they can turn into. That'd be really cool, right? Basically, what I've just written there in runes is transforms into. This character is essentially a celestial being who has the makeup of these sort of toony characters I made a while ago, with a bit of more horror proportion aspects, a bit of like Frank and Weenie feel to it. I'll actually show you the little characters that I started drawing a little while ago, but these are them here. I think they're quite cute and cool. You've got a couple people that I saw on the train just here. That's me in a jumper just there. That little scientist dude, once like made of water down here. Another person I saw on the train, but I'm also like seriously running out of fine liner ink, and I would like to do more of them. I possibly, when I did a collab, not a collab, a collage back in February of like all the cartoon characters that you guys would possibly want on a page, which is in the book underneath this one. I don't know if I ever showed it on stream actually. Basically, I did like a massive 3-page drawing of like 300 cartoon characters suggested by people on socials and everywhere else, adding them sort of like day by day. What I might do is something like that, but with the little cartoon people I have over there. I think that'd be awesome. And then, yeah. But this is pretty much done. And actually, tell you what, we're going to add a tiny bit of colour, because just like the other one, I really like how there's like one spot of colour and the rest of it is just black and white. And since it's a celestial being, but a frog with a fishbowl, I think we're going to do green for the eye in the middle here. Which then translates across to their other form as well. So I'm going to just emphasize a bit. There we go. And I guess the essential tie that brings these two characters together in the sort of incentive that they're somewhat twins is the fact of their eyes. They both have bright and colourful eyes. They're creatures that are seen as these horrific things, but they're actually incredibly kind and nice. Or the opposite could be that this one looks really horrifying, but is actually the nicest of the two, and this one looks slightly more cute, something uncanny valley unnerving about them, but they're more villainous of the two. And I like trying to play into that aspect of stuff. Sometimes, like the cutest, even in our Animal Kingdom, the cutest stuff can be the most poisonous or dangerous or venomous or lethal, whereas things that look dangerous can actually be quite gentle and soft to touch. And yeah, a good example of this as well is bears. They like grizzlies especially. They're seen as like this such cute kind of thing in a lot of culture, pop culture stuff, right? They are vicious, like stupidly strong, could literally tear you apart, like literally tear a human in half. Things. Yes, admittedly, they can be calmer, but it's in their nature to kind of be more protective. Whereas a horrific thing that could be more kind of cute, I guess, is it's not really horrific looking, but the kind of things surrounding sharks, there are exceptions like great whites. Surrounding sharks, it's mostly man-eating things, and again, it is due to like pop culture, like Jaws and all of that. But honestly, they just want nose pads. Orcas are another example of things that seem cute but are actually incredibly deadly. They literally fling seals and penguins up into the air, playing with their food before they eat them. They've been known to tip over boats as well. Yeah, it's like a miscommunication thing, but I think it's running really well. This is Sweep and this is Sting. They are essentially non-identical twins, playing around with the contrast between good and evil, but also the idea of not judging a book by its cover. Good, villainous. Also, yeah, this can turn into this. That's why it's sweet. So sort of brew monster, this sort of frog sentient celestial hybrid can take the form of anything sort of broom related, but it will often kind of make it monstery. And I really, really do like the use of kind of like on a lot of my drawings, I use like energy spikes on this because it's sweep. I've used like swirls and stuff around it. I think that works really well. They're also incredibly minimal in compared to a lot of the drawings I've done so far. So yeah, amazing. On top of that, yeah, the coloured eye is just minimal colour on a piece can make something pop so incredibly well, especially when it's something like this. And I think what I might do for the rest of October is save the coloured pens for other stuff and actually mainly just use black ink. I have actually ordered some more fine liners exactly like these ones. So we're mainly just going to use black ink and then add spots of colour in specific parts that draw the eye to look of focal attention. But yeah, I love this. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Everyone's so welcome here as always. My socials are linked over here, which is where all the Inktober's are going to be going up, along with all the previous ones, all the future ones. My YouTube is linked here as well, which is where all the VODs have been going up for the Inktober streams, as well as the time lapses. And my art station is also linked here, which is where some of uni stuff has been happening. Also, I should just mention all the previous VODs from over here are also on YouTube too, and there is some uni work applied to that too. And we've got some uni work coming up soon as well as Inktober. So it should get interesting. Other than that, have a good evening and goodbye. Nice short stream there. Haha.